Thank you so much, Olivia Rodrigo, for giving us all of that energy this morning. And I have one way for us to expend it. We have our guest who came over for the second time for today. Please welcome back Renzo Sy.
Hello.
Renzo, how are you, man? How's your Saturday treating you so far?
I'm good. I woke up quite early, but it's all good.
It's all good. It's all great. So happy to have you here. Welcome back to the Weekend Top 20. You are our Hot Take Hot Tracks guest. So there have been some changes since you last came here.
Yes,
we have more stuff for you to do. It's going to be fun, I promise you.
Okay.
All right, so let's start with how have you been thus far? Let's continue this where we left off.
Up until last time?
Last time.
Well, I've been working like on something. Are we gonna announce it like?
Do you want to? Can you?
Right now? I don't know. Maybe later. But I've been working on something.
Okay.
And it got me quite busy. I've been writing and producing a lot of songs with the help of other people.
Right.
And it's gonna lead up to something really cool next week. So it feels like all of my hard work is like kind of paying off.
So interesting. Yeah. Now, okay, so you don't want to talk about it just yet because you want to put the audience at the edge of their seats, and I get that. You're a thriller kind of person, like you. you want to invite people to the 12 a.m. Insidious show. You know about that, right? Anywho's, I want to know, without revealing a lot of information, how hard have you been working these past couple of months, weeks? What have you been doing? If you can talk about that.
Well, on top of a day job, almost every time after I clock out, it's either have something to do or places to be in order to get stuff done.
Like the recording studio, you mean?
Yeah, I record stuff in my room, so it's usually long nights
DIY
at home. Yeah. Or I go over to go with friends to talk about music, make music, write music and stuff. Yeah.
So it's a collaborative effort that you have with a couple of producers also, right?
Pretty much. It's this whole thing's kind of a collaborative effort because I've made a lot of friends along the way, and they're helping me out as well. So I thank them a lot for that. Okay,
so we're gonna get to know a lot more about that, come nearing the end of the session. So I want to talk about what has influenced your music so far, right now, especially with what's coming up. Has there been any changes on that front, or is it still the same as it was back then? Or has your music taste been a little bit more polished, a little bit more defined lately?
It feels, my music style feels more the same.
Okay.
But a lot more polished because I kind of know what I want to sound like this time compared to when I first started releasing music. So I have an idea of what sound I want to make, what kind of artist I want to be. So I feel more polished in that regard.
I'm so happy for you, man. This is a new chapter of your life. Some very exciting news ahead of us in a bit. But let's talk about the music that you're going to be launching and releasing live on radio. Thank you so much for this, by the way. We're super honored for this. So let's talk about I Could Probably Love You. Such an interesting title. Well, what is this?
It's pretty much how I would describe that tiny window people are in when they're about to fall in love.
Okay.
Because I think that's very underrated. People don't talk about that too often. People always talk about what being in love feels like, but not many people talk about that little tiny window with all that rush and excitement and also a lot of, maybe anxiety.
The falling part.
Yeah, when you're about to fall or just on the precipice of falling.
It's literally a metaphor for, just literal falling. Because you do have anxiety when you fall. That's also, you don't just, walk in love, you fall in love. Every single fiber of you just splashes on the ground.
You take a leap and see what happens.
Yeah.
Basically.
So this song is about that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Based on experience also?
Sure.
Let's call it that. Yeah, let them speculate.
Yeah, we can go with that.
So, for I Could Probably Love You, what was the conception of this? How were you able to birth this song?
Well, in all honesty, I didn't really have any person in mind when I was writing this, but when I usually how I usually write songs is it's either I have a lyric in mind or I'm toying around with my laptop making sounds. And this time it was I made the music first. And then later on, the hook that said "I could probably love you," that just like popped into my head. So it was kind of a perfect timing for both of those things. And at the same time, I started writing around that idea.
Right.
So it was like I didn't have the idea of that tiny window in my head yet, but like it led the hook led me to that idea.
So that was the storytelling. That was the premise of it, and then it gave birth to this whole new world.
Yeah, I didn't expect, because I usually write songs like they're pretty sad but upbeat, but this one's like happy and upbeat, so it's like a whole new thing for me.
Oh, so there's a happy song.
Yeah.
Good for you, Renzo. That's like not a 360 degree. That's a 180 degree for you. So this is the chapter of your life where you feel like you can define yourself a little bit more. Like this is an era.
Oh, for sure.
What would you call this era?
Oh God, it's like Taylor Swift.
The Taylor Swift. Yeah, exactly. It's scattered after that. Well, Renzo Sy's what era?
I guess you could call. I mean, like, I still have some songs that are sad, but pretty much most of the songs I write now are kind of happy. So, as cringy as it sounds, you could call it like a lover boy or something like that.
Oh, I'm so happy. We're so happy, guys. We're able to see Renzo Sy's lover boy era. So many more to come. I'm really excited about this, and I'm really excited about one thing too, because here at the Weekend Top 20, we have a segment called Hot Take. So I want to throw in the question to you, Renzo Sy. What is your hot take?
Hot take for "I Could Probably Love You."
It could be that. It could be a hot take on anything. Like, I don't like pineapples on pizza. Disclaimer, I do. You know, it can be the most general of thing, and it could be something that, like, it's something that you believe in.
Well, off the top of my head, I think since we were just talking about it, I think the window of about the feeling of about to like fall in love, I think that's super underrated, and sometimes I think that's the rush you feel there is like a lot more intense than being in love, which is, you know, kind of the whole thing about it. But at the same time, I don't think people talk about that enough. It's like it's a really cool, crazy rush. Like when you're really in that moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I wrote the song, so it's like I've really overanalyzed that situation. So maybe that's the case. But yeah, I think it's super underrated.
Dude, I like talking about that too, because a lot of the times, you know, when you're in a long-term relationship, when you're in the love part, when you're in love versus falling in love, like there are fallouts within that, and maybe because you don't feel the same way that you do when you were kind of getting into it, when you were in the falling stage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right?
I think it's important to analyze that, because like it kind of gives you an idea of what to expect when you are in love. Like you're not supposed to expect like it's gonna be that same big rush when you're in love. It's more of like just staying in the moment, just like appreciating that little rush you feel. It's pretty cool.
So why not? Like why isn't it something that you can sustain? Like the feeling of the rush of the falling, why isn't it something that can be like stretched all throughout?
Oh God.
You see, I feel like you haven't overanalyzed it enough.
Okay. Well, I wrote the song, so that's kind of a boy. But I think the reason why is because I mean, we're only human. Like we really like that hit of dopamine, and I think dopamine isn't forever. So that rush you feel is like a surge of adrenaline and dopamine, and like we have to like the body has to rest when it produces that much. So when you get to the long-term love part, it's kind of hard to keep that up. But as they say, love is not really a feeling, it's more of a commitment, a choice.
True.
So you pick the person and then you commit to being in love with them.
Yeah.
So
that makes so much sense, honestly. Yeah, because it's not something that we can operate on like 24/7 high energy all the time. So it's the same thing probably with relationships too. But it's like a strong start, right?
Yeah.
Like the rush of it and the falling of it, and maybe that's why you kind of fall and then you get back up.
You get back up, yeah.
I see. So interesting. Yeah, I think people should talk about it more. I think
it promotes healthy starts to a lot of relationships.
Ooh.
I think.
Do you want to talk about healthy relationships? Oh my, all the red flags, man.
Oh,
I feel like it's one thing also, no, a hot take that has not been done enough is people don't identify red flags in a relationship, and they don't talk about that a lot. Like there's no,
glasses, yeah.
It is a rose-colored glass, and it's only something that you identify once you're jaded. So you can't stop yourself from, for example, like knowing, hey, this is a red flag.
Yeah.
Or you know, when you're in that falling in love stage, like you don't listen to people who say it's a red flag who've experienced it before, because that's gonna be different. No, I know this person.
Because you're just like in the moment and just like not really being conscious about it, which is like totally human. You
part
know?
of it, right?
It's part of it. Yeah.
Part of the
It's part of it,
experience.
yeah.
Oh, I love it. So, falling in love, whether or not it leads to the consequences that you want, it's just all part of the experience. And this is why I Could Probably Love You has been born. I love that. Thank you so much for your hot take. This philosophical podcast is brought to you by Renzo Sy. Episode 3 is gonna come out when we're coming back. Okay, so here's another thing that we do that you probably have not experienced, but I'm really excited for you. It's the Red Hot Rhythm Hot Seat. Are you ready?
Oh God. Okay. That's all right.
You're never ready, but all right. So it's going to be question-based, Renzo. Basically, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and all you have to do is to select which is at the top of your head. It's called the this and that. So
okay.
That's the weekend hot. That's the weekend Red Hot.
Yeah, I gotta focus.
Red Hot Rhythm Hot Seat. All right, let's start. Are you a night or morning person?
God. Night. Go. I'll go with night.
Okay, comedy or action?
Action.
Batman or Superman?
Batman.
Mind or heart?
Heart.
Huge concert, intimate show?
Huge concert.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Oh gosh. Love or money?
Oh God.
You have to pick one.
Money.
For now? Okay, got
Yeah.
it. Pause time or rewind time?
Wow, these are great questions. Rewind time.
You'd rather rewind time. Sneakers or sandals?
Sneakers.
Camping or luxury hotel?
Luxury hotel.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that. Harmony or melody?
Melody.
What is the most attractive part of a person?
Oh,
Yeah, we're going there.
their smile.
Good answer. Texting or calling?
Can I pick both? Is that a thing?
No, just one. Would you rather text? Would you rather call?
Calling.
Rock or pop?
Pop.
Lyrics or instrumental?
Lyrics.
Vinyl or streaming?
Vinyl.
Solo artist or band performance?
Oh my God. That's a band performance.
Who is your ultimate dream collaboration?
Oof. Off the top of my head, Phineas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Phineas, if you're listening right now, like Renzo Sy would love to collaborate with you.
I love you.
Maybe Billie Eilish featuring also. But Phineas is their dream collab. I love that. Okay. Would you rather be an internet meme or would you rather be TikTok famous?
TikTok famous.
Describe a perfect date.
Oh. Describe a perfect date. If it ends with a
Be careful.
good night kiss.
Okay.
There.
We're on
was
radio right now.
treading.
We got like people listening. We got kids here. What is your biggest red flag?
Biggest red flag. Not being sure about me.
And what do you wish people knew more about you?
That I really like music.
The last question that we have, what's better for you? I could probably hate you or I could probably love you.
I could probably love you.
Yes.
Obviously.
There we go. Thank you so much, Renzo. Before we go, do you think it's time for you to reveal the big thing that you've been talking about?
All right.
Maybe?
Next week, July 14, that's a Friday, I've got an event coming up, and it's for the release of my debut album, which was in collaboration with Nevermind Studios. Ouija and Francisco helped me make that album, along with another person who worked on the song named Gino. And I'll be performing most of the songs on that album at the event, along with a few other bands, Sunset, Sundown, and Kana.
Nice.
And we're hopefully everyone has a great time there, because it's gonna be my first time performing live with a full
You're
band.
kidding.
So yeah,
Wow.
I performed live a few times, but it's with acoustic guitars. But this
But
one's
this
like
one is like, it's all for you. And you know, you are You are the highlight of this.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited for you. And I think the rest of the Cebuano music scene is in support with you. We're super excited for
I
you.
hope so,
Like this is something you've been working hard for like the longest time, and it's finally here. So guys, let's all go together. When is it again, and where will it be? Just hammer that in.
July 14.
July 14.
Gates open at 8 at the From Here Playground, Crossroads, the usual place. And yeah, that's the date and time.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, I'm very nervous. I'm like it's I'm kind of realizing now how close it is. You know, it's like literally next week, less than a week away.
Yeah, you're gonna be great. I'm gonna see you there. I'm gonna support you definitely, and the rest of those who are tuning in right now, especially for those who are in Cebu, July 14 is the date, guys. And for those who are outside of Cebu, maybe if you'd like to see the bustling music scene, you happen to be here on July 14. From Here, Crossroads is the place to go, and Renzo Sy is the person to see. I'm so excited for you. Renzo Sy is the person to see. I just thought of that, honestly. That is gonna be a great night, and we're so excited for you, Renzo. Is there anyone you want to thank before we end the hot take and hot track and we launch your hot track?
There's so many people I want to thank.
Yeah, go for it.
I want to thank the people at PR Works, the people at Lila Lila Events. I think that's how you pronounce it. They're really helping me with this event. I'd like to thank my friends at Sundown, the Kana for wanting to play for me, my bandmates, my parents, everyone. I'm gonna thank everyone at this point. But yeah, thank you so much.
We're here for you. We support you 100%. Thank you so much for coming over. And we are going to be launching the most talked about I Could Probably Love You. But first, since it's a countdown, we need to count down to it. So if you could do the honors in 5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
Feeling blessed in my chest, oh, I feel so new when I'm with you. I can't see no red, 'cause in my head it's you. I've been looking for all this time. I've been